Hey, we are back to work, but I did want to bring you a wrap up of our Florida trip. Yeah, on the last video of this trip that we took to Florida, it was the end of the second day, and I said I'd try to bring you something from the third day, but there really wasn't anything to film from the third day. We only had 150 miles to go from Vero Beach down into Miami. Not much. We stopped once, I think, to use the restroom. Nothing but traffic and highways on the way down there. Of course, the closer we get to Miami, the worse the traffic gets, right? So we got up in the morning, gassed up the truck, ate breakfast at IHOP, and headed south. Got down there in about 3 hours, I'm guessing maybe a little more. Got to his apartment, to my son's apartment, and when we first got there, we needed to stretch our legs a little bit, so we got out and we walked around his complex. He showed us around it. It's really nice. It's an older building in Miami. Of course, it's Florida, so there's palm trees everywhere. Lizards and frogs pretty much everywhere too. Didn't happen to see any iguanas or crocodiles or alligators or bears or monkeys that they all have in Florida. They have all that stuff in there, down there. But we only saw lizards and frogs and palm trees. So we looked around the apartment complex a little bit, stretched our legs. Then we got back and we unloaded that truck. It didn't take very long because they only had a one-bedroom apartment, really small. So we didn't bring even everything that they had at my house. But got it unloaded, got it into the apartment to where you could still move around. And then we cleaned up a little bit. Took the truck back to Penske, and then my son treated us to Five Guys Burgers. I haven't had it in a while, and it's really good. It's a little expensive, but they're really good. Then we went back to his apartment. This is Tuesday night. Just kind of chilled, relaxed. Couldn't watch the TV yet because it was still in a box. We just chilled. Then Wednesday morning we got up. And I thought we were going to chill just for the whole day, basically. But he had other plans. He ordered some furniture that he had to have assembled in his apartment. And of course, Dad was there to help. So he put together this little dresser thing that he had bought on Amazon. And I put together their TV table. They got a big screen TV on a stand. So he got this table. And of course, the instructions say it takes 2 people 2 hours to put together, and I pretty much did it by myself in about 3 hours. But I like to take my time because I tend to mess things up if I go too fast. Don't read those instructions really well. I mean, they're not much to read. It's mostly pictures now, right, on these instructions on these things. But there was a lot of parts, and the only extra parts I ended up with extra were the ones that they give you extra. They give you extra screws and things that you'll need for this, so they inevitably think you're going to lose 1 or 2, but I didn't. I kept everything, got all the extras, got it together. Then Wednesday afternoon, after we got all that done, we cleaned up, and I got to meet some of his co-workers, which he's really proud of because he went to school for this job, got a job in Florida, in this industry, and he's really proud of it, and I'm proud of him for it. So it was really neat to meet some of the people that he works with because, you know, we're not down there, so we won't get to know any of them, but we got to meet them, and it was really cool. So Wednesday night, went home, apartment, chilled out the rest of the evening, and it was kind of hard for me and Sam to get used to it because it's an hour later there, and they're getting ready to go to bed, and it's only like 7:30, 8 o'clock for us. But we did fine, went to bed. Thursday morning got up, did chill a little bit Thursday morning. We went to IHOP to get breakfast because everything's still packed in the apartment, so there wasn't no cooking going on. So we got breakfast. Then a little while later in the afternoon, my son took us to the airport for our flight back to Dallas, Southwest Airlines. And I tell you one thing about Florida, it rains every day. You can just count on it. You can almost set your clock and your alarm by it. It's going to rain every day. At least it did when we were down there. And we even got delayed an hour on our flight because of a storm passed over the airport. It all went good. He's got his stuff. They're getting it organized. We made it back. And I'm going to leave you with some pictures and some video of our flight back from Miami to Dallas.